What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Brown Shirt, back with another video recapping week 3. We've already entered the 4th week of the NBA season. It's been a month since we started, and lots of good ups and downs for some teams in the league. Games that I've been looking forward to for week 3 that I mentioned last week have been nothing short of amazing. The Bucks, to start off with, have been looking absolutely unstoppable. The game that I was looking forward to, analyzing a little bit more, the Bucks going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis came out like a monster with a triple double. I think he had 24, 14 boards, 11 assists. I mean, he just went at those bigs. It did help, with Drew Holiday playing extremely well around the perimeter. Someone who has been struggling a little bit offensively, but, he came in with a 29-point game. Where's D'Lo? What's good with D'Lo? He hasn't really been showing up. Man, you talk about the Bucks too. They don't have my boy Chris Middleton back yet, and when Chris Middleton comes back, they're going to be even better. This team looks incredible right now. I'm really impressed. Talk about the Timberwolves. Timberwolves really haven't been. They're like in the middle of the pack right now. D'Lo hasn't been shooting the ball well. I mean, I don't know what's going on with my boy D'Lo. I also saw like another play where Anthony Edwards was just chilling, hands on his waist. They were just running a play, and he just looked like he wasn't even part of it. So he just was completely idle until the shot was taken. I guess they're still figuring out. Anthony Edwards does seem like a type of guy who is very open, transparent about the adjustments he's making, how he's playing. So I hope it's probably a sign as a basketball fan that he's not really feeling what's going on right now with the rotation, how plays are being called. Maybe the coaching staff might need to, make some adjustments there, but I don't know. Something feels a little bit off right now with the Timberwolves, but I guess they'll figure it out. Let's see what else. The Orlando Magic. I want to talk about the Orlando Magic, man. Like, I am so happy that Bol is getting minutes. Like, Bol to me is one of the players that I feel like, given the minutes, good coaching staff, great team to play with, he could really show his talent. I know a lot of people like to talk about Victor Wembanyama. Don't get me wrong, he is an absolute stud. I think this kid is going to be a phenomenal NBA player when it comes to the league. He's unreal, but I think it depends on like who's coaching you, who you're training with, who you're playing with, people who are encouraging to put this type of performances together. That player is going to eventually become what people envision, right? So I think Bol, given the minutes he's playing right now in Orlando, as opposed to how he was being played on the court in Denver, has been a big plus. But I mean, the guy that I want to talk about is Paolo Banchero. This guy's an absolute stud. Like, he has been very, very, very impressive. I mean, they had 2 great games this week. One of them, I mean, they did lose a close one to the Sacramento Kings. It came down to the wire where De'Aaron Fox, who's playing an NBA All-Star season so far, pulled up from half court and just nailed the dagger to win the game. But Paolo, had a 33-16 game. Like, he looks like, I'm trying to think of a player when I watched him. Like, he has like the height and physicality of man. He's got a great offensive game, pro level offensive game when I saw him play at Duke, but his like physicality to rebound is like Carmelo times 10. Like, this is someone like, Carmelo is like a bully when it comes to isolation basketball, back to the basket. He does his turnaround jumper around the mid range, but Paolo can put the ball on the floor. He can put his back to the basket, post up, get some. He's also a great rebounder. Um, his um his second jump to get the ball again is like really impressive as well. And he's got an offensive back, like pull up mid range. He can shoot three. And I think something about him and his demeanor, I think, has really inspired the other guys on the team. Jalen Suggs is also playing extremely well. Like Orlando Magic, um, is very impressive. Draymond Green, talk about the game that they played against the Warriors. They beat the Warriors, which is also a shocker because the Warriors, I think, I saw a statistic that it was, the Warriors are undefeated when, the Splash Brothers and Klay Thompson and Steph Curry make 15 threes and above. They're undefeated, but there's the first time where they had 15 threes and they lost. Um, the Warriors right now, just to make a transition into Golden State, they have not been. They haven't really been impressive so far. Steph has been absolutely amazing right now, averaging over 30 points a game, and his plus and minus is like 1,000. So, like whenever he's on the floor, they play well, and when he's off, then they're not so good. I think right now, I think Steve Kerr is going to have to make some adjustments where he doesn't have to put all five of his starters all at once on the court. I think he's going to have to make, some tweaks where he's going to stagger a little bit, like, have a lineup where it's just like Draymond's at the helm and, playing the point, and, he's going to have Wiggins and Jordan Poole, get more action from James Wiseman. So I hope to see a little bit more variation in lineups. I think guys did get better. I don't think no one got better. Jordan Poole's bag got even bigger, but I think guys need a little bit more space on the court. They look a little discombobulated. Guys are thinking a little too hard on the defensive end. Jordan Poole is like thinking too much of the defensive end right now, giving a lot of guys red carpets to the basket, especially against the Orlando Magic. So I think they'll figure it out. They're a team that is they went down a little bit in the stock, but I think over time, as they get towards the All-Star break, they would have a winning record. Speaking of winning records right now, we'll stay on the West. The Utah Jazz, man, like they are. I'm honestly very shocked. To be completely honest, I wasn't expecting the Utah Jazz to be this good. I thought the Utah Jazz was going into a rebuild phase right now, especially getting rid of your two all-star players in Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. I thought they're going to rebuild, and Danny Ainge, it's so funny seeing those pictures of him where he's just like sitting there in shock, like he can't believe what's going on, because he's a guy that likes to hoard all the draft picks and make a big move to get a big player. They've been absolutely stunning. Like Lauri Markkanen is playing out of his mind right now. Like he's one of the more efficient shooters in the league, scores right now. Jordan Clarkson is, he's starting, getting his shots up, looking really swaggy right now. And they played well against the Clippers last night. Jordan Clarkson leading the pack with 23 points, despite the efforts from Paul George, which we'll talk about the Clippers right after this. But they've been great. They've been absolutely amazing so far. I do like the addition of Colin Sexton, the Bull. He's one of my favorite players. I'm excited he's back from his injury and getting some burn right now. I'm really interested to see how far they go. I think right now what's happening is a lot of the young teams, or a lot of teams right now that we weren't expecting to perform well, are performing extremely well. So we'll see how they pan out in the West over time. but it looks like it's not a fluke from the Jazz. It seems like they're going to play extremely well moving forward. The Clippers I want to talk about. I I I'm really, really, really nervous for the Clippers just because of Kawhi Leonard. I just hope this is like the fourth season right now where you had Kawhi, Paul George on the same team, and we haven't really seen this team at its like max capacity. I mean, there was one year in the bubble year. Um, well, I was hoping to see the Lakers and the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, but they blew that 3-1 lead against the Nuggets. Kawhi gets injured, like back-to-back seasons. Just cheated us of a great playoff performance before he got injured. Like it was. Now he's back. He looks bigger and stronger. I thought, oh snap! Like he looks buff. He looks strong, really stocky, and I'm like, he's ready to go. He looks like he's ready to stay. But only playing 2 games so far. Only playing 2 games out of the 10, and he just hasn't played at all. I've been seeing some news about his body going through some like deterioration. I hope that's not the case. I'm really, really really nervous and scared. I hope he's gonna come back and play. But when he did come in and play against the Lakers his first game, they checked him in the third quarter, and I've never seen anyone that confident in their game like that. He just comes in, played extremely well. Like he was just phenomenal. Like I just, especially with the core they got right now, with John Wall. John Wall's playing extremely well. I just hope that Kawhi Leonard can just come back to the lineup and insert himself as one of the best players in this league. I mean, when he's healthy, it's literally LeBron, KD, and Kawhi Leonard. I mean, he just puts up Jordan-esque performances. So I really hope he can play. East. Let's go to the East right now. The East, going back. I mean, I know we started off with the Milwaukee Bucks, but I want to talk about the Cleveland Cavs. I've been raving about them. They look good. I just Evan Mobley this week had an 8-block game. Jared Allen has been an enforcer in the front court. Dean Wade has been great for them off the bench. Like, and now with the addition of Darius Garland, I mean, they look great. They look very, very good. I think they're good. They just continuously surprise me of how well they can actually be going in this season. I think they're going to make a deep playoff run. That backcourt of DG and Donovan Mitchell looks stellar. Like they look impressive so far to me. So I mean, right now, I mean they're definitely like the way it's looking like right now. It looks like the Bucks are gonna finish at number one and the Cavs at number two. I just don't see a lot of teams beating them. They just look absolutely amazing. They got both the defense and the offense together. The Bucks and Cavs look neck and neck right now when it comes to rebounding and defense. Like with matchups right now, like I think it comes down to the perimeter. With the perimeter right now, I mean the Bucks seem like they have the edge just because they're the best team in defending the 3-point shot. Over the past couple of seasons, I mean, it's been weird where they just let guys just jack threes, and that right now they're closing out in the threes. Like the amount of attempts has decreased even more. They are really, really making it hard for the opposition to shoot three balls. So, and the Cavs have guys who can shoot three, and the Bucks have a lot of guys who are much bigger in the perimeter. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of the perimeter, I've really been impressed with Tyrese Halliburton. He's someone I do like. I mean, when it comes to playmaking, shooting the ball, stretching, spacing the floor out. He had a great game against the Miami Heat, putting up 22, 9, and 9. that was a standout game for me. Benedict Mathurin right now, I mean, despite Russell Westbrook's run for right now the sixth man of the year, I think Benedict Mathurin is looking like the sixth man of the year as a rookie since Ben Gordon. I mean, like, he looks very fearless, very confident in his game. They look fun and exciting to watch. Looking forward to how they're gonna play out for the rest of the season. They are a very young team. I'm not really sure how long they're gonna keep this up for the rest of the season, but they're just going to continue to have fun. I don't really have too much expectations for them, but their future does look bright. Teams that are like not looking too good. I know I talked about the Warriors. Another team that's not looking too good right now is the Brooklyn Nets. You know, I want to be careful how I want to talk about this, but Kyrie. I hope Kyrie can find a way to properly address the people that he has hurt through his comments and the lack of ownership of the impact he's making, especially to the commissioner, to the Jewish people, the Jewish community coming to watch the games. I really hope he can really own up and make up for his mistakes and really just at least give us fans, as basketball fans, give us a good season and really not cheat us out of how good the Brooklyn Nets can be. I think there's just a dark cloud that has been looming over that organization for 3 to 4 years, and to finally see KD play well on these last two games against the Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets, you know, it's good. And then Joe Tsai was like, yeah, let's just put the joy in basketball again. So it's good to see. And yeah, I don't know if y'all saw that cross up by KD. I mean, he was really humble with it. He's like, oh, I don't know if I crossed him that hard. It must have been sweat on the floor. You gotta love it. KD as a basketball player, to me, is I have the utmost respect for him when it comes to lacing them up. So, I mean, despite the fact that they are on the downside right now, they are completely. I think that they just don't look good, to be honest with you. I mean, like I mentioned before, they're not really good at rebounding. Their defense is terrible right now. I'm not sure where they're going to go with the coaching staff. I think they may be hesitant on how, like, on the trigger they pull with, adding someone like Ime Udoka or any credible coach that will come in and fill the spot of Steve Nash. I think it's really, really, really tricky right now because who's to say KD stays there? I think KD, at 33 right now is really thinking about how he can continuously cement his career as an all-time great in the NBA, and him, not having a good 3 seasons there, his 3 seasons there have been a wash. I think he's going to be thinking about how he could, solidify his career for the next 3 to 4 years. I mean, in 3 to 4 years, he'll be 37. I don't think Father Time is unbeatable. I don't want to say anything. I wish him all the best, and that he continuously stays healthy and plays the game that he loves. I'm just not sure with his size, and I mean, he does have the ability to shoot, but he's getting defended super well. I mean, he right now is turning the ball over super well. I mean, that's super poorly right now. Just turn the ball over so much. It's like he's always on a one-on-two every single possession. So I just hope that they could figure it out moving forward. Another team I want to think about is Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns also, I mean, they're standing at number 1 right now in the West. I mean, they're a great season team. I'm not really surprised. Chris Paul, despite his numbers going down in points, averaging under 10 points a game. I mean, he is putting up nearly 10 assists per game. Devin Booker has elevated his play. Like, their defense is absolutely incredible. They're one of the better defenders in the league right now. With Ayton, I was gonna say dominating because that's his his tag. But They look good. Mikal Bridges. Damian Lee looks good. I mean, as a team defensively, they're really good. They play well. You know, um, but again, I'm not really sure about how they're gonna go. But right now, they look good. They look good. Let's see. Games that I'm looking forward to this week. There's a lot of games today. I think today is a 15 game night where all 30 teams are going to be playing. Um, I'm going to be traveling to Iceland tonight, so I'm going to be missing a lot of these games. So um, let me know what you think. I hope some of these teams on the down can pick it up moving forward. I mean, it's still very early in the season, but hey, it's never too early to express how you feel about the game that you love anyway. So until next week, we shall talk more about basketball. Enjoy week 4, everybody. Peace.